Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. I better get my microphone. I'm not too sure which microphone is on, but as you can see, it's nice to have a nice live show. I've done this once or twice before. Which one are we on? Are we on that one? Or are we on this one? Let's get a good microphone. There you go. It's nice to be back on the Grassroots Weekender show. As I say, we're into Sunday, the final day. Just got to get the microphone ready for SoundCloud. It's no good picking it up down there. We're okay on camera. That was already picking me up, but just for our listeners, this is on view on GXTL TV from the touchline. So welcome to YouTube and welcome to our listeners on SoundCloud. There you go. It's nice, isn't it? Start the show and you forgot something. Anyway, we're on. And that's it. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Had some great football out there. We're into the final day. There you go. You can tell my hands are freezing cold. We've been out and about at the Walton Curtail JFL today, and it was a decent league. It was good football all around, but it was Baltic as it was yesterday as well in the North Liverpool JFL. But we managed to do it, and commiserations to all the ones who didn't have any football because they were on the grass pitches. Anyway, it was nice to see our team back to winning ways in 2023. Oh, 2023, it's taken us a while to get going, but I don't know what it was. Maybe the youngsters have all had hangovers. Yeah, 6 years of age, they're all birthdays now, they're all doing their 7th birthday. Happy birthday to one of our players, Shoni, who's 7 today, so I hope he's had a fantastic birthday party and all the lads mucked in there. No doubt they were playing football non-stop yet again, because kids are kids and they love the game of football. They love when the smiles are on their faces, and that was something that has been missing since 2023 from our lads. I don't know what it was. Their attitudes, the great, the back talking and the back smiling and the back playing football the way they should be. And it's enjoyable to watch, not just our team, both teams. It's great to see all the kids participating in grassroots football, especially at that age. But I stayed to watch quite a few games there today at Jeffrey Hummel, to Billy Vaughan there, whose team there had a tough game against Belfry. Couldn't stay for that one, it was way too cold. I apologise, but there'd be nothing there. It'd be great. All the games are fantastically going well, and obviously the reason being is the leagues now are really clamping down on misbehaviour on and off the field of play, especially towards the referees. And I'm sure we'll be all talking about the strong stance that the committees are doing towards clubs, teams, officials, parents, managers and coaches as well, who are not adhering to the laws of the game and the regulations within the junior leagues. And why not? You know, we've got to make a clamp down somewhere. They've got to make a stance somewhere, and the committees have probably just had enough of what's going on from the sidelines on the field of play, and we have to back them right to the hills. If teams are not adhering to all this, then obviously they've got to face the punishment, and I'm sure the teams that are facing the punishments will agree that it should never have happened in the first place. So there you go. Well done to all the committees who are making a strong stance in grassroots football and going towards clamping down on many misbehavioural incidents that occur, and we need to stop it, stamp it out, especially in our year now, our 20th anniversary with Don't Cross the Line. And thank you to all the well wishers out there as well, putting posts on there, but getting involved in a big way. It's early days, it's January, but yeah, it's our 20 years with our Don't Cross the Line campaign, and also our REFspect and no ref, no game. What more could we ask for? So I'm sure we can wish ourselves a happy 20th anniversary, and I'm sure there'll be many people who get on board with us and supporting us throughout this year as well. And not just this year, it's every year. We should just try and want to bring good behaviour back into grassroots football where it belongs, because the kids just want to play, the referees just want to go out and officiate. It's all about enjoying yourselves and making sure that the referees are well protected, and your children as well, from safeguarding incidents. So let's all work together as a team, and let's all make sure that everyone adheres to the rules, the regulations and the laws of the games while they're playing in grassroots football, or just watching, participating with it. Regardless, make sure you look after our committees as well, doing a great job. And you might think sometimes they put clamps down very, very hard, and you might think they're out of order, but believe me, they've been running these leagues for many, many years, so they know what they're doing. And anyway, there should be no incidents whatsoever on the field of play or off the field of play. It's kids football, it's grassroots football, it's there to be watched, enjoyed, and it should be fun to play for the kids. The development is there, and for our referees as well. And as we put on a message on a post there today, you know, we can all go home after the game, but you know, many come back. Parents, I see parents staying for 1 or 2 because they've got more kids playing later on in the games. But look at your referees, they don't have a break between games, they just go straight on to the next game, so they're freezing cold as well. So, you know, credit where it's due, give them a round of applause for staying and going through these bad times, and these bad times are cold times, and I'm sure next week will be a little bit different. Let's just hope it's a little bit warmer, because it gets, the sun come out, don't get me wrong, while I was stood there watching other games, and it was a great game I was watching, and the sun come out, and you know what, it was lovely and warm. You were like, wow. And as soon as that disappeared, my God, it makes you wonder how it can go from warm to cold straight away like that. It's like opening a fridge door, you know, when the freezer door opens and it's right in your face and it's very cold, and then shut that door and it gets a little bit warmer again. It's exactly the way it was today. But the kids, they were running around. I don't think there was many kids who were moaning about the cold unless they stood still. They were all participating in games, keeping themselves warm. It was watching the games that was really cold from the sidelines. Anyway, whatever you've done, I hope your games were great and you've enjoyed them, and the kids have enjoyed them as well. Looking forward already to next week's games. As I say, let's just hope it's a little bit warmer. So well done to all the committees out there who've got games on and have done their job. What more could you ask for? Keeping the games flowing, keeping the kids off the streets, and putting games on for the kids to enjoy. And thanks to the referees as well, who've all turned up this week, as well as you coaches. Yeah, fantastic. Voluntary, doing a job second to none. Oh, gee. Congratulations to all of you. Enjoy. And it is only tea, that's all it is. Anyway, what about our Premier League matches? Well, I really can't put a finger on this. It's you look at Everton, they're struggling a little bit, and I don't, my honest opinion, I do not agree with all these threats and what have you going towards a club. How many of these people are doing this who own their own business? And football, unfortunately, is a business. We have to look at it. If your team is struggling, your team's going down, you've got to get behind the team, you've got to support the team, like we're supporting Liverpool. And believe me, they're playing some poor football at the moment. I've never seen anything like it. I'm lucky enough we're mid-table, should we say, because we'd be struggling as well in the relegation zone if we played like we did against Brighton on Saturday. Absolutely atrocious. I'm sorry, I think everyone will agree with me. And even Everton there, you're talking about Everton going down, but they have been playing better football than we have lately, and it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. How can teams go from challenging for 4 trophies last season, yes, we've got injuries, to being less than mediocre? Because a Sunday League team, I honestly opinion, would have given Liverpool a game on Saturday gone as well. I don't think there was tactics about it. It was the way the ball was played, the way the players' attitudes were. It just didn't look like a footballing team, Liverpool, and that's my opinion. Obviously we're all entitled to our opinion, but yeah, could anyone else put the finger on it? Everyone I've talked to today have just dismayed at the way that they played. And you know, Everton are fighting relegation now, and it has been happening for a couple of years. They will stick with Lampard. It's no good changing the manager. Everyone's talking about Sean Dyche coming in, but pressure like the fans have given, would a manager want to come thinking they're under threat from supporters. I wouldn't have thought so. You know, people have put money in their time, and I think every board, regardless whether you disagree with what they're doing, we can't threaten anyone who owns a business as part of it. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, Everton can only improve if the fans get behind them. It's like Liverpool. Fans need to get behind the team, to need to improve it. Yeah, we can all do a job, and we can all be down in the weather. We can't get away with it in hard jobs. I know that for a fact. It's routine with us. If we step out of line in our jobs, then we could be out of a job. We kind of got the excuse of, you could say, yeah, they're off sick, or we're off sick. That's a different thing. You're not going into work and performing poorly. You're going in and you've got to do your job the way the rota tells you, the way the bosses tell you. You've got to stick to it. Yeah, okay, there's people who can walk out of a job, but footballers won't. They can play bad, still get a full week's pay. I don't know. You know, where do we draw the line? I think football is not a hard game to play. It really isn't. So how can players not perform? You can't say from last year they played 64 games, because we've got to put together the amount of times those players were rested, others were brought in. That's what we've got squads for. And then you've got injuries and you're out for a while, and then you're coming back. You know, it's one of those things, you just get on with it, you just play. Dear me, ask the majority of people here, if you told them they were playing 64 games in a season, but they were getting really, really good money for it, I'm sure they'd chew your hands off to get involved in professional games like that. They really would. But anyway, that's my opinion. I just think that footballers could be overpaid sometimes. They need to get together, they need to start playing the game, and that's my opinion. You look at the kids. I was out there looking at kids in grassroots football. There's no such thing as them having a bad game. We'll all turn around and say it took them a while to get going, but kids are kids and they love to play football. Every child makes a mistake in football, but you know what? They're a joy to watch. Teams are a joy to watch in grassroots football. They never let you down, the kids. One team could win, others could lose. That's the way it is, but everyone is fighting. Every child is looking to fight and play football and get involved, and it's great. I love it. And I think at the moment grassroots football is better than some of the teams in the Premier League. There's more enjoyment, more thrills, more spills, more goals, and it's great to watch. It's not guided, it's not marshalled, it's not, you know, business has really taken over the professional game of things, and that's unfortunately the way we're all living by. You've got to abide by business rules as well. We can't dictate and tell them what to do. We just have to get on with it and just hope the next game improves. Any league, grassroots football league or professional league, and we've got to leave the business details, the people who are putting the money into it and the people who are running the clubs themselves. You just have to abide by them. If they walk away, they walk away. We've got a next ball coming in. I don't know, it's all one of those things. Everyone's head's up the wall, I suppose, at the moment, and they're all spinning. No one wants to see the team relegated, but as I said the other day, do you know what? Sometimes, you know, if it was happening to Liverpool, and I'd say, I think it'll do us the world of good to go in the Championship, I really do, and improve, and players will come in, and it'll pick them up, and it'll give us a lesson, and gives you a chance to get in an open top bus as well, doesn't it, if you win the league? Anyway, no, it's, you know, joking aside, football's football, and we just have to get on with it. But many out there treat it as their lives, and it's, you know, it is a matter of life or death. But you can't take it that far, surely, if you've got a family. No, you can't. You just have to grin, bear it, and get on with it. No one likes to lose, especially in the Premier League. Grassroots football is different development, but kids, they want to win, they want to score goals. We can't take that away from them. Can't stop it unless you put nets inside the goals or have a goalkeeper. You know, I don't know. It's all about enjoyment, and it's all about, I suppose, heartache in the Premier League, because that's really when it gets serious business, I suppose. But it's only one season, and you've got the next season to look forward to. And look at the likes of Arsenal struggling so much last year, and then it's like doing a Leicester City when they went on to win the league. You know, teams have always got their chance. Teams will. Liverpool are playing poorly, Chelsea are playing poorly, and well, Man City lost to Man United. That'd be a kick in the teeth to them. They won't like losing a derby like that. That could put them down a little bit, because they lost 2 in a row, Southampton in the cup, and then Manchester City, the rivals, in the league. So how does that affect the players? I don't know. It shouldn't affect them. It should get on to the next game and perform as you can. And that's the way every professional player should be. We all perform in our jobs, whether we're feeling poorly or what. We still have to do what we've been trained to do and carry on each week, otherwise you don't get paid. That's in our job. And I think in football, I think it's a bit different. If you miss a couple of games out of injury, you still get a full wage. That's my honest opinion. If anything's different there, maladon'texttheline.com. Let's hope Liverpool can improve. Let's hope Everton can improve as well. You know, we need this City playing football. We need a lift from all the players. What's going on in our lives, you know, with your government cutting everything. Everyone needs enjoyment, and no one needs. They just need something to look forward to. So I'm looking at Liverpool and Everton to start performing and giving the fans a little bit more enjoyment, because we're enjoying grassroots football, aren't we? I really do, no matter what. I watch loads and loads of games, and unfortunately I couldn't stay behind to watch another game, because, as I say, it was getting Baltic and I had loads to do. I've got courses all this week again, and I've got to prepare for them as well, because life goes on, and this is voluntary. What we do, we don't cross the line. So I hope everyone appreciates the work we do and what we try and do to keep our referees within the game, to keep the referees turning up week in, week out. It was Baltic today, and as I say, there was a full list of referees turned out to put the games on, and well done to the committees for getting them as well, because they have to chase them up, and if one referee can't make it, they have to fill that space in, so you can understand what their job is as well. And the committees are voluntary as well, so hats off to them. Well done to the work they're doing, and I'm sure they could do with getting a bit more applause from the likes of our parents, spectators, thanking them at the end of the games as well for putting on the games for the kids to enjoy and turn up for. There you go. It's just a sip of tea to our listeners out there. That warms me up. It's a little bit better. I don't know whether, I haven't even looked at this week's fixtures, the weather yet, just to see if it will warm up. And all Liverpool play Wolves in a replay, and if they play like they did against Brighton without the FA Cup as well. But I can't see that. I think that will give them a lift, and it'll spare them on a little bit more than we're away or at home to Chelsea. So I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will have them preparing, because I don't think he enjoyed what he saw either. But that's football, I suppose, and we've all got to get on with it. And then we're all back to our work this week, aren't we? Monday tomorrow, Monday blues for all the kids going back to school, and also the likes of us going to courses, going to work. Dear me, will they fly over? I doubt it very, very much. But there you go. It's one of those things. We have to get on with our lives, and that's what it's there for. Life is a challenge, let's say, and we've all got to do it. Nothing is perfect week in, week out. Oh, it would be fantastic if it was for each and every one of us. Well, there you go. We're coming up towards the end of our show and our Grassroots Weekend shows. We'll be back again on Friday. We've got the young commentators, and then we'll be no doubt talking a bit more about Premier League, FA Cup, and that will come on Friday with the young commentators, and then we'll be going into league fixtures yet again on the Saturday and Sunday, not just in grassroots football, but in the Premier League itself. So let's just hope you can all put your feet up, relax, have a good week in work, have a great week in school as well if you're going there, and your universities, your college, and we can see you coming up on Friday evening, Saturday and Sunday again in grassroots football. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax. Thanks for tuning in to the Grassroots show, DXTL TV from the touchlines, and also SoundCloud. We'll be back again on Friday. For myself, Mal Lane, all the team at the Grassroots Show. Don't cross the line. REFspect programme. Don't cross the line, I've said twice. And no ref, no game in our 20th anniversary. Wish you all well for this week. We'll see you on Friday at 7 p.m. Have a great week. Good night, God bless.